Oh man, that was a nightmare.
Yeah. Whoa.
Goddamn.
Like, how long did we spend on that? How long I've called you? Yeah, that was like 8 minutes. So yeah.
Yeah, not the worst, but you know what? You know what's been the worst with technology? So I'm supposed to start like student teaching this past week. Oh my god, the technology has been the worst.
Yeah, and I really wonder if that's literally because they just can't like afford the stuff.
I don't know. It's like links don't work to Zoom. Like
God,
shit doesn't
I
work.
don't like using Zoom to be honest.
It's kind of garbage. Like, did you know? I found this out because I was working with a tech guy
Yeah.
with the school. You can take over somebody's like computer and go through their shit through Zoom.
I don't think that God. I know stuff like that is possible if that's like something that they allow in like a meeting. I don't think by default they do that. That would be a real creepy invasion of privacy. It's like how I really dislike how a lot of places have been trying to get you to like use like your face cam. I don't
Yeah,
think that's necessary. I really don't.
I would agree.
Um,
There's a profile picture if I want to use it.
I just have like the default name, so
Yeah, sure. Why not? It works. Oh my god. So, welcome to this again. It's been a while.
yeah. Has it been like over a year? Two? I don't fucking know.
It's probably been definitely over a year because 2020 sucked. I had other things going on. Um, yeah, definitely over a year, but here we are. Things have happened in video games in the world. Dumb, fun stories abroad and coming in. But yeah, here we are. 2021.
So,
It's a
I
new
guess
year.
if you want to like really start off, how do you want to say like COVID impacted you?
Fuck. Uh, so
That's the answer.
yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone. We're done. See you in a year. Yeah. So I was actually supposed to go on vacation. First time ever. I was gonna go to Iceland because I'm big in photography. So I was gonna go to Iceland for 10 days and drive around everywhere and enjoy the fantastic scenery that they have there. And then the day before I was supposed to leave, is it June 30th or the 31st? I forget how many days June has. My flight was canceled less than 24 hours from when it was supposed to depart JFK. So that was
Yeah, I
great.
mean that I would expect of that to happen, and I mean, yeah, yeah, that we as not to get like political as it
Sure.
were. I think it's very fair to say that this country, as the United States of America, as I was wondering, if it's an obvious based on our accents, I don't think we did a really great job.
No, we didn't.
Um, and yeah, I completely understand that's why that they canceled it. I know it's still disappointing though, of course, and I mean, who knows, right? When they'll like traffic, well, no, like when flight bans or anything will be like reopened.
Yeah, like I've heard some talk of the idea of you can only get on certain plane companies if you have the vaccine, but nothing's been like very official yet.
Yeah, so are you vaccinated? Because while I personally am not, someone in my family has gone and got the Pfizer one. They have
Hmm.
the first stage done,
Oh,
and I
very
think
nice.
in like a week or two they'll be getting the second one. Then like a month after that they'll be immunized.
Very nice. So I currently am not because I don't fall under our state's first phase. I'll be the second phase because of my job.
Oh,
So I will. I don't know what one I'm getting. I don't know. No one's given me options really yet, but I will be getting it whenever we do that. We're still
moving up
in
in the world,
1A.
Raymond, an integral part of the great chain of being.
Yeah. Essential worker, even though I'm technically not doing my essential job right now because I'm doing student
What's
teaching.
essential about like teaching children about Sonic?
Ah, oh goddamn. Well, oh, there was another one recently. I don't remember if it was Sonic. It actually was Sonic. I was in.
Another Sonic one? Another?
Yeah,
Sonic surely
elementary.
is eternal, isn't he?
Yeah, he had one of the highest grossing movies in 2020. Goddamn.
Yeah, yeah, he was like the only good video game movie ever. Because that Monster Hunter one fucking sucks.
Oh my god, yeah, I heard it was horrible. It's from the same guy who did the Resident Evil movies, and they were like
Yeah,
all shit
he's the
except
guy
for
that likes to
one.
put his wife in the movies.
Yeah, Mia
And
Jovovich. God. They have that what's it got pushed back to 2022 now, the Uncharted movie. That's coming out. And they have
I
the Last of Us TV
never
show.
put any stock in like video game movies. I never do. Cause like
Yeah.
especially like if they've been in development for that long,
Mhm.
I really do feel that there's like some like sort of issue in that like obviously when you get into like a development of like a game or a movie or something that's so long, normally it's not like one continuous line of development. It's like maybe they'll scrap a project like a couple years in, like they'll like take like whatever parts of work and then they kind of like start fresh as it were.
Mhm.
Um, but even like regardless of that, I when I hear about developmental hell in like any form of media, it's like I don't have high hopes. I never have high hopes.
Oh yeah. I agree. It's you're just gonna get a worse product if that's what's floating around, and I'm not quite sure what that's gonna mean. If it's just like, oh, you run out of money, oh, you've run out of a director or actors or writers or whatever, but it's never a good thing.
Because like you would think like with I almost said almost my hand there. With Uncharted, it's basically just make an Indiana Jones movie, right?
Yeah,
So
basically.
what it's like what is the problem? Just like directly adapt one of the games. And now granted, those games are not like not to like insult people that like Uncharted, but the moment to moment gameplay isn't exactly like conducive to a story. Now granted, for a movie, if it has a bunch of action scenes, therefore that can be fairly loosely adapted.
Yeah.
I think fairly well. Granted, it would be a bunch of cover shooting sections and killing all the brown people, but um, I digress.
Yeah, like there are definitely things in Uncharted that can be adapted. Like I like the you can have the train from I think that's two that could go
Yeah,
movie.
that's two.
Um, in four
It's
there
tough
is a
of
bunch of
like
different
if it's
stuff.
gonna be an individual story, right, or if it's gonna be an adaptation. Now,
Yeah,
usually, a lot of people that are a fan of a series prefer adaptations, and they prefer accurate adaptations.
right.
Um, now something necessarily being like an adaptation doesn't or like not an adaptation doesn't mean that it's potentially bad, but
Mm-hmm.
that is something that you have to pay attention to because fans of it, if it's typically not a accurate adaptation as it were, they're not usually going to like it as much.
Yeah, and it's gonna be interesting because my understanding is that this Uncharted movie with Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, and I'm still flabbergasted and bewildered by this one. Mark Wahlberg as Sully. It's
Oh,
going to be separate from the games, but it's going to be younger Drake.
okay. How do you feel about people that have gone insane that there isn't like a Marvel movie? They're like the soy boy Wojak of going, wow, where's the Marvel?
Man,
You know about that, Raymond?
it's is it because like there was no movies put out, or is it
Yeah,
like
because they didn't release a movie, and
yeah
like people are losing their minds apparently.
yeah it's fine, relax. They're putting out WandaVision right now on Disney Plus, which that's okay so far. I'm enjoying it. Um, but yeah, just relax. Movies are coming out. They will, even
Wait,
though everything
wait,
gets
Raymond,
delayed.
you have a Disney Plus subscription?
I do.
Really?
I do. It came with
Cheap?
I know. It was Hulu with Disney with the ESPN for $12. I'm like, you know what? I watch
Whoa, all the Raymond sports, all the
two of those
football,
three
all the
things.
hockey, all the golf.
Yeah, the
Wow.
one sport I actually watch. I only watch one of them. And it's like, yeah, I
Yeah,
like Hulu. Hulu's
competitive
good.
kayaking.
Yeah, competitive. I bought a kayak over the summer. I enjoyed
Oh,
that. Yeah, after my flight got canceled, like literally 2 days after, my friend Kyle was like, "Hey, me and my fam are going to the cabin in the middle of like in the exact middle of our state." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." Oh my god, it was literally in the woods. It was a nice cabin, nice little area, and we went kayaking like down the road and stuff. But The bugs are huge in the bloody woods. Like, oh my god,
Uh,
they're
ugh.
huge. There's no
Kill
like,
them all. Burn it down.
yeah, right. And it was just like, it's God. I've never appreciated running plumbing more. Like, dear God,
Oh, the place didn't have plumbing.
nope,
Oh.
nope. I
Oh
don't.
well.
Was there a toilet? I don't even remember going to the bathroom now. There, while I'm there, how did
Oh
I do
no.
that?
Oh.
Oh no, there was an outhouse. That's correct. I forget. I
Ah.
remember. Yeah, no.
Living on the frontier, Raymond.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was interesting. But yeah, I don't know. That was neat. We shot guns, did the American thing a little bit. I just sold him like some of my father's guns, so it was like we shot some of them. They brought it with them. But oh my god, like July in the woods. It was like July 4th weekend. Oh my god. And you know what the worst thing is? That where we went kayaking, there's like a little beach. They
Yeah.
made like an artificial beach. No one there was wearing their mask, and I'm
Oh,
just
of
like,
course not.
God damn
God,
it.
people. I feel there's a lot of things that could have been done, and like, wow, it's just a lot of people just really didn't wanna.
Yeah.
Really didn't wanna.
I this is when we were out kayaking. It was a pretty big lake we did, and I did really well because I'm not really a big swimmer, so going out was interesting for me. But we were going out, me and Kyle, and his girlfriend doesn't like this story. But we were coming back, and these girls to the side, it's like, hey, you're pretty cute, and they're talking to Kyle, who was in front of me, and
Yeah, of
then
course they're not talking to you,
yeah,
Raymond.
no,
No.
that then. Then they look back at me. It's like, oh, your friend's pretty cute too. I'm like, oh, pity compliment, thanks. Like Jesus Christ. And it's just like I kind of he didn't get to look at him too much. I looked at him. I'm like, yeah, no, no, sorry, you don't got it. That's mean, but I don't care.
Oh, Raymond. Oh,
Yeah,
Raymond.
yeah. Then I only came back to then be stood up by the girl I had a date with, so that's great.
Oh, okay.
Should have took her up on it. Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well. What else? What up with you, Ben? How was COVID for you?
I don't think much really changed. It did like throw like some stuff like out of whack. But I'd say I've been handling it mostly fairly well.
Oh,
Um,
fantastic.
it has at least given me more time at home, which I do like enjoy. Sometimes it gets a little like overpowering, cabin
Sure.
fever is all.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'll admit I don't really miss like having to commute to places.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? It's great. I was driving an
Yeah,
hour to class. I'm like, oh, I don't have to do that anymore, thank God.
yeah. Ah, God, and it's like I really hope that like people take this as a sign for the future, and that I know businesses are at the very least that you don't gotta be there.
Yeah.
It's not it's more like economical and like honestly like probably less stress on the individual from having to go in all the time. Now obviously you can't do that with all sorts of businesses, right? You can't do that like with food delivery and
Of
well
course.
not well like actual like restaurants and food and stuff. Um especially not with delivery fees.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
Oh my God. I had to order. I was at our one job doing most of my quote unquote summer job that's just been going all year because we had to slow down.
yeah.
And I had to like I ordered a pizza because Eric forgot his
Yeah.
damn wallet. Oh
Of
my
course you did.
God. How bloody expensive it is to have something
Yeah, a lot of
delivered.
places have had to increase their prices due to the fact that, like with COVID, and I assume like multiple things. It's like, materials are harder to get, but also it's like you have like less customers, so to combat that and like keep the lights on, as it were,
Yeah.
you have to charge up more. And like, while I kind of get it, at the same time, it's like you shouldn't expect people to support you like that.
Yeah, I would agree. Um, it's interesting because I think in our state, I don't know how close you're paying attention. There are a number of restaurants that were defying the restaurants can't have people indoors thing in the most recent round, and it was
Remember when GameStop was doing that and they got like shut down? But
yeah,
no, of
yeah.
course the
Uh,
no, the food gets away with it.
the food gets away with it for some reason, but no, not GameStop. It's weird because I feel like I've become a slightly more aggressive person towards stupid people over this course of the year. And it's just
Yeah.
like I have no patience left for them. Like, okay, you want to be stupid? Fine, let's be
Yeah,
stupid.
because I mean, like, I like to be fairly frank. I have like literally like lost like elder family members' lives due to COVID,
Oh God.
through no fault of their own.
Yeah.
And it's like, ah, whatever time like I see like people that like aren't like acting like safely or something, they'll be like, oh, that's basically like the same people that like caused like someone that would have been able to reach 100 years old,
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah. People like thinking only about themselves, and look, this is what happens. Oh God. So we have some gaming stuff to catch up on. God.
What the fuck's a video game?
Yeah. What's a video game? I don't know. What's this white plastic thing I have to my right? I don't know what the hell that is. It's huge. What is that?
Hmm.
Maybe it's like a Betamax player.
PlayStation
Ah,
5. I
Cinco.
don't know what that means.
I don't know either. I
It doesn't have any games anyway, so
not that many. No, you go into the goddamn store for it, and there's not that many.
I kind of hate that, like, of course, obviously, we're talking about the PlayStation 5,
Yes.
and I kind of hate like when you jump like with like console generations now, especially with the digital stores. Those digital stores aren't carried over, so like there's still a bunch of stuff on the PS3 and the PS4 like digital stores that you would think they would at least have like an emulator on them, like
You would
not
think.
at the very as like maybe not the disc reading capabilities, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as that would be nice. Um, they don't like exist on them, and it's like so basically if you want to like still like legally like obtain those titles for like a digital means, you have to still have the old consoles with you, and they have to still be running, which of course as time goes on with the preservation of like physical media, that's going to be more and more difficult to maintain, because I don't remember if you remembered, Raymond, but the PSP batteries have been starting to go.
Yes. I remember hearing about this. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, and those digital storefronts, I'm sure it would take some work. I'm not like ignorant of like the costs or whatever,
Mm.
but I do think it's very important that those things get brought over properly.
Yeah. I would agree completely. Like the goddamn PS3 library is just you cannot access that at all through PS5. The PS4 you can, thankfully, but it's like there's so much shit that's just not there and it should be
Yeah,
from
there's a lot of
PS3.
games. There's a lot of games, like especially like things that only had like say like digital re-releases on the PlayStation 3. It's like, why can't I play that on a current day console? Like if it's like the same account and everything. And also the fact that it took Sony so goddamn long to be able to change your account name. That was
Oh
really
my
dumb.
god, yeah. I
Sony
forgot
is
about
very
that.
draconian in some regards, and like I really don't get it. I think part of it is because that's currently their top dog in the console market, therefore they don't feel they have to make changes.
Yeah, he had a
It's
very
it's
interesting
it's, it's that
quote.
cycle of like what like Sony was dominant during the PS2, so then like during like the PS3 they went like really crazy, and like Microsoft swooped in, and then
Yeah.
like it inversed with the PS4 and the Xbox One, and like I think it's pretty sure happening again with the PS5.
Yeah, it's interesting. I haven't seen any real sale numbers yet. Like I saw like a rough figure that PS5 was outselling 2-1 to the Series X, but I've seen no hard numbers yet. So
I
I'm
I have no
interesting.
hard numbers. I've only seen like what people have been saying, and I would like to say that I'm fairly diverse in the people that I know, and especially like in an international sense as well.
Yeah,
I do not believe I have seen hardly like anyone in comparison to like people that own PlayStation 5, people that own the Series X.
really.
Yes.
Hmm, that's interesting.
The only people that I really know that have like Series X's are Americans. And even then, I majority that I know, I mean that are American, do not own that console either. And
Hmm.
I now that's of course anecdotal,
Yeah.
but that is what I have seen, and I guess that is at least somewhat reflective of like the actual numbers that we potentially have access to at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be because it's also like part of the problem is there's still no goddamn stock of either of them anywhere. Like I got
Yeah,
lucky. I got this. Like goddamn, it's absurd. Like I get it because pandemic and getting all that shit together and resources, but oh my god, what a mess. And I think it's I believe I saw numbers for it, but Nintendo selling super well, and to the point where they were running out of stock as well.
that doesn't surprise me due to like how God, what is it?
Switch.
That doesn't surprise me with like the with Switch being like handheld, a lot
Yeah.
more like lifestyle games, and also that console is like what over like 3 years old at this point. It has a very big library.
Yeah, it does. It does. Although I still don't got him understand why they made the Mario All Star 3D thing limited run.
Oh, that's the forced sales.
Yeah, I know it's so goddamn dumb. I
Nintendo does these
hate it.
things to like
What was it called? Super Mario 3D. Because I think it's ending in March. 3D All Stars. I'm like I kind of want to get it, so I just have it. It's insane.
it's Nintendo has been Nintendo is very deliberate with like its choices and how
Huh.
it influences the market.
Yeah.
So Nintendo's always been one of having false scarcity.
Mm.
Um so for example, they will always like typically firstly, Nintendo games never, well, never is a bit of a strong word, but hardly ever depreciate in price. Like
Hmm.
mainline Nintendo games, if you've ever seen a Nintendo sale,
Right.
they don't go down. Like current, like if we're talking about like stuff even from like the Wii or like the Wii U, like Wii U games or whatever,
Oh
or
my
like
god.
other stuff like that,
Wii U.
doesn't go down in price. And you're
Hmm.
like, why is that? Why? Um, they're Mm-mm-mm. What else about them though? You know like their Retron equivalent consoles,
Oh. Okay.
the minis that
Yes.
like were really really popular despite not actually even having that many of the classic games from the era except for like some.
Yeah.
Um,
I bought one of them. I bought the
those
64.
were those were underprinted. Those were easily underprinted
Yeah.
and heavily like taken up by scalpers.
Oh yeah.
And even though Nintendo could like print more and like curb that scalping market, because technically they're not getting any money out of the scalpers. I believe
Yes.
it really helps them in terms of like, no, it is a Nintendo sync. You have to get those sales in now. And I
Hmm.
believe that's like due to like a CEO board sort of thing. This may be like very like speculatory, of course, but um, to like bump up like sales numbers for any given like financial quarter,
Right.
because there is no reason. So for the sake of like, and we talked earlier about like preservation, how that's important as like time goes on. This is gonna be the first official re-release of Sunshine. Okay, so let's look.
It's
So
64, Sunshine, and
Super
Galaxy.
Mario Sunshine, and what else?
64, which I know was on the DS, but I think that was it, and also Mario Galaxy.
So okay, platforms, GameCube, and so let's see like when else was this ever released?
Didn't the GameCube not sell that well, all things considered?
Yeah, not really. So okay, the last time this game was re-released was the Player's Choice brand, which is like the greatest hits or whatever, like
Right.
equivalent for the GameCube. You know the last time that was re-released?
Oh.
2003.
Oh
The
my
first print of
god.
this game was 2002. Re-released 2003 with like that printing. 2020.
Jesus.
That
17
game has
years.
not been accessible in according to like in a legal sense since that time.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Yeah, and so now it's like you get it in like the time window or it's gone. Why is that why is there like the time windows there? It's to force more sales because like you have to rush to it. It's like with a sale, right?
Yeah.
Of like clothes or something. Like they won't actually mark it down very much, but there's this false sense of urgency. Therefore, it drives more sales than the product normally would have garnered because oh, I'm gonna miss out if I don't get it now.
Yeah.
It's very predatory, and but it unfortunately works.
Yeah, it's sucks. And I think I will probably pick it up just be like if I cuz I kind of want to get a Switch. I kind of do.
The Switch is like a nice console. I do like it. I it naturally, if you care about performance, you're not
Yeah,
getting the right
no.
thing. Ideally, get an older version because you can do the no to it that
Oh,
the
okay.
current models don't allow. Because there's a hardware flaw in some of the older models that make doing some third-party
Mm.
alterations, as they were, a lot easier.
Wow.
Um,
Ugh. There's a rumor there's supposed to be a new model coming out this year, but I don't buy it. I don't think so.
I mean, potentially. I mean, I don't think it would be like maybe sort of like a reskin or something akin to the Switch Lite. I don't know if the Switch Lite actually came out yet.
I think it did. I did. I think so because this says that I'm looking at Best Buy's site. It's for the 3D All Stars. It's for Switch and Switch Lite, so I think it did come out.
Okay.
But I never understood the Switch Lite and who the hell that was for.
The Switch Lite is personally for people that didn't actually get into the Switch before, but I think it also has an improved battery life.
Oh, does it? All
Yeah.
right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
You know what's gonna be terrible if like they release a new Switch and they call it the new Switch because they didn't learn from their marketing
Uh.
foibles of the new 3DS.
Oh my God. Yeah. Goddamn. I. Oh. I. Will they call it like a Switch Pro? Maybe I don't know what the hell they'd call it. That'd be
Super
interesting.
Switch.
The Super Switch. The Super Nintendo Switch. There you go.
Yeah.
Pay us, Nintendo. We're giving you free ideas here.
No, they wouldn't pay us. They would DMCA us. Don't drag their attention.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
And then
jump
take
ship.
it. So
Yep.
no, so okay, so no, they will like they'll steal our ideas, force the DMCA, and then
Yep.
release like one called the Super Nintendo Switch. Um, and then if questioned on the involvement of MD, it'll be like, who the fuck's that?
Yeah. Who's
Um,
who?
because like it is honestly kind of telling when they'll like DMCA some sort of like fan game,
Oh my
and
God. Yeah.
then they'll release something kind of similar. I think the biggest one of that, now this could all be naturally coincidence.
Hmm.
Have you ever heard of AM2R?
Yes, I
Yeah,
have.
that's another Metroid 2 remake for those uninitiated. And the thing about that game is that it was a really long running development that people knew about for a while. That it was someone trying to recreate Metroid 2 because there hadn't been like a proper re-release or like any sort of like content done with that game for a very 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 long time. Naturally, because Metroid really isn't that popular in Japan, therefore Nintendo doesn't really give it much attention.
Hmm.
Now, quite like once like I think either very close or once it managed to finish development and it got out on the internet, and if you can find it, you can find it. It's out there. It's good. I recommend you play it. Um, Nintendo DMCA'd it.
Hmm.
You know what they released or at least announced not that long after?
Oh, I wonder.
Samus Returns for the 3DS. It is a remake of Metroid 2. And you're like, oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. That could be coincidental, or Mm. But I don't put that past Nintendo at all. I will never put it past Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause they are like that. So you
Yeah,
mentioned,
and Nintendo is like known to be like really predatory and just like use it. They like to use their communities without ever really giving back to them. That may be a bit of a hyperbolic statement, but if you followed any of the Smash Brothers stuff recently, you'd understand what that sort of stuff means.
yeah, I remember hearing about that. That was,
And how Nintendo purposefully never allowed the Smash community to flourish. Like they would be contacted by Twitch. Nintendo would be contacted by Twitch, and to be like, "Hey, can we do like some sort of like official thing for like Smash?" And we could and like they would pay for it.
yeah,
Nintendo would not have to pay for it. They would just have to give their permissions. And Nintendo would not get back to them. And there's a bunch of stories like this in that it's like there was a targeted effort to not allow Smash to become a big like competitive game. Now they never managed to succeed in that because there's always people that
yep.
wants to play this game, but it never got like the official backing that like fighting games do, like Tekken or Street Fighter or whatever. They get like contact and support from developers
Yeah.
and like social media to like help grow the scene. Nintendo, at the very least, from like the Smash players' perspectives, is that they never want Smash to be that sort of game or whatever. They don't want it to be like that competitive sort of thing. It's the
Well,
same thing with them in Splatoon.
oh my God,
Um,
Splatoon. I haven't thought about that in a hot minute.
yeah, so Splatoon 2. You know like what like their like international or whatever championship like rewards are?
No, I don't. Tell me.
Like either Nintendo gift cards or signed copies or signed posters.
You're kidding. What a
No.
what a
And
surprise.
they're not even that much either. Of course. And it's like they don't want these like they make these it's like when they make like these competitive games, they don't want them to grow even though like there's an audience that really does care about them. They just don't.
Jesus. I am bewildered and baffled. That
Oh
is
yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't understand Nintendo. They are something else. So you mentioned when we were talking about PS5s, well, actually it was about like the Switches and stuff, the scalpers, which have been a
Yep.
big issue. Did you see the stories or did you see the the PS2 themed PS5?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I will link that to you. So this
Okay.
was being done by a group called Super, and of course the Super 5, but the E in Super is a 3, so you know it's cool.
Yeah.
And they were going to make these really actually they're actually pretty good looking PS2 themed PS5s because I think it's 25 years this year. And I'm just gonna say this: that controller is what they should have went with. You kind of can't see it in this, so you might have to Google a picture of it.
Yeah, let
Um,
me take a look here.
yeah, because that controller is like this is what they
Oh,
should
yeah,
have
that
went
that
with.
does look a little better, yeah.
It does. It looks so much better. It has the colors. That's what I miss. I have no idea why the hell they didn't go with the classic colors. At least
I
even
don't
on the
understand
face
why they went with
buttons.
the white for like
Oh,
the
it's
default.
so
I don't get
odd.
what they were going for with that. I
Like
preferred the black and blue.
yeah, like I think it's like oh, it's kind of future modernism kind of thing, but the black looks so goddamn good on it. So I don't know if you heard this. What happened with this? So they were doing the pre-orders. They had some 500 consoles and an undisclosed amount of controllers. I wanted to get a controller because I'm like, yeah, I love that. Thank you. But
Yeah.
as soon as it happened, of course, they went out of stock. And I was driving at the time, so that didn't happen. But everyone's pre-order got canceled because they were getting legitimate death threats about selling them. Not even from
Yeah.
Sony. Nothing from Sony.
Well, of course.
But
Why
just
would the company say that they're gonna kill him?
oh, that's true. That's I mean, I should say they had no Sony pushback like some other online realtors had, but
That
they were
it's
getting
like
legit death threats.
it's tough like nowadays because basically it's like a mediated response. It's an expected response. It's basically like any situation that like causes some sort of wrong, like wrong, perceived wrong or whatever. It's like there's always gonna be like those people that are gonna preserve have like a death threat, like go force.
Mm,
That's always gonna happen, and I mean it's been like this for years, and the issue really is always how serious are you going to take an individual's threat,
mm.
and
It's
it it's tough because I do think you got to be strong about these sorts of things, but at the same time, sometimes I don't think these people have like backing and like are worth really like wasting the time going for after. Um, I guess like the issue like then comes like you have to like do an examination of like anyone that ever does like that sort of like threat, and then based like on like their profile and like the messages that they sent or whatever, like assess them like for like whatever level threat level they could potentially be.
yeah. It's just so sad. This is what we've come to.
Yeah, but I think it's like yeah what we come to, but I mean it's been like this.
Oh,
The internet's always
absolutely.
the internet's always been like this. It's never something new, and it's not that like I don't think you should take stuff seriously. It's that it's just something you have to expect. You can't be like shocked, I believe, really, by like death threats,
Sure.
because there's always gonna be like people that, especially since that you're online, you're not gonna immediately there's always like this sort of like veil, as it were, that you're not gonna see someone as like another person, as someone that like is a human being just like you, and you wouldn't really say that at least
Mm,
like in non-public or something. But because you have that at least degree of anonymity on the internet, um you'll you'll not like perceive people in the same way.
yeah. Uh it's yeah. Yeah. People.
Yeah, and of course it's like you can always say don't send that stuff out, and of course we're not gonna have like any listeners, maybe like one or two, I don't know, but um,
Who knows? Maybe we'll
yeah, who
get
knows?
lucky.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one that breaks big, right?
The return. It's 2021. It's gonna happen. It won't happen.
No, it won't happen, but it's fine. We do this for the sake of enjoyment.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fun. Streaming is fun. Just going around, milling about, doing whatever. Oh God, I've enjoyed kind of slowly just going into it again. Like, yeah, I have to get back to Deus Ex, but
where are you in Deus Ex, anyways?
I'm in a military compound, I believe. I don't remember where. I'll be very. I had just gotten out of Hong Kong for the first time, and I went to a military facility. I don't know what I'm doing there. I don't remember. And it's like this laptop will run that game amazingly now because this is actually like built to play some games. So that's nice.
It's a really old game though. Like basically
It's
anything should be able to run it at this
I
point,
know
right?
anything should my phone should be able to run it. But yeah, no, I need to jump back in and get it because I think I jumped on when I first jumped on when I got this laptop. Literally, I think a year ago. So it's been over a year since I played that game.
Oh my.
Oops. And I remember it's like because of like the display now. It's I think I was playing in 720 and now it's 1080. My hand isn't on the screen anymore where he like holds the gun. I don't know where the hell it is. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, oops. Oh well, I never just been bothered to fix it. Oh well, I'll get to it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've been thinking about streaming a bit more. Like I streamed Crash for a bit. I played a little bit of Astro's Playroom, which oh my god, Astro's Playroom on PS5 is probably one of the better platformers I've played in years. It's so
Oh.
goddamn good. And what it does with the DualSense controller, magnificent. Um
Wow, so much for Crash, huh?
yeah. I know. It's good. It's just it needs something. It needs a little something.
I guess that's kind of what you get when like you have like you're having a very accurate like remake of a game that's like pretty old, and it's mostly just like a graphical change, but like there isn't really much in terms of like that much new content or like even like gameplay stuff. So it's you're basically just like playing some fresh coat of paint
Yeah.
that you've
Yeah.
already played before.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And it's like I don't think that there isn't value in like those sorts of remakes, but it's like
mm,
there might just be like it's kind of gonna just be like a nostalgia romp for most people. It's not gonna
yes.
really provide something that much new for you.
Yeah, I remember. I think the last episode that I put up was the Cortex fight, and it's not the end of the game because you have to fight Entropy. He's going to be the last boss, from what I understand. Um, and it was such a
Yes, Crash
disappointing
Bandicoot
fight.
defeats entropy, and humanity is free forever.
Yes, that Cortex fight was so disappointing. I was so like they had everything. They had it plays well. The Cortex's theme music is there, and I love that theme music of his. But the actual gameplay of the boss fight was just so disappointing. And I put it down for quite a while. It was terrible, that fight. Like, I have to go back again and feel it out. And maybe I didn't use that time slowdown mask enough or something, or I don't know.
Oh, Crash can control time now?
Yeah, he can. In the game, you unlock these different masks. One controls gravity, one controls time, it slows it down. The one is like, I don't remember. It's like a super spin through the air, like you go like super far, like gliding essentially, and you can bounce shit back at certain enemies. And the other one, oh, it changes reality. So some like blue boxes will become tangible. You press the button, they become intangible. Um,
Ah, I see. Crash Bandicoot has become a time mage.
yes, yeah, yes. He controls all of reality now. Uh, yeah, no, it's good. It controls well, which is very nice. Which is what they had to nail down. You know what game I also had to put down because it was just kind of meh?
What?
Cyberpunk.
I have not. I there I've heard like that's a very divisive game. I know quite a few people that like do like it and think it has flaws. There's quite a large amount of people that just really don't like it. And I think ultimately there was a real issue of expectation with this game, and that
Yes.
CD Projekt announced that game far too early, and
Oh my god.
they
I remember the
and the
initial video for
re-announcement
that.
was like way too early. That
Yeah. It was like because the initial thing was that CG trail of like the woman with the blades coming out of her arm with the cops around her, I believe. And that was like
yeah
2014 maybe?
yeah no they announced this game a long time ago. I think actually it was like no was it 2012? No, this game has like
Oh,
an 8-year development, right?
something. It was a long ass time that has been in development. Like, oh, the fact I still remember that, like, even in my head, that's supposed to be like your teaser for Cyberpunk. That doesn't that doesn't make sense to me. Oh, this game should have been. It should have been so much, and it was so little to me because I don't like it at all. It's not interesting. It's not grabbing. The world building is shit. And it's like I literally went back, and I think I told you about this because I did end up platinum, getting the platinum for Human Revolution. I went back and played Human Revolution because that game's a good cyberpunk style game. It's so much
Human
better.
Revolution is a good game. I wish the follow-up to it wasn't was I mean it was good.
It was, it could have been better. It was fine.
Mankind of well no I think my biggest thing with Mankind Divided is that like it's very clearly like supposed to be like a set up bait to a trilogy, and it's like they
Yes.
just haven't followed through with
Oh,
that.
which is partly Marvel's fault. Because they had to like put it on pause because they have the contract to make the Marvel games now,
We
and
have to
they
make
made a
bad
Marvel's
Marvel games, and
Avengers.
like what even
It's
Marvel games
bad.
are
It's
they
not
working
good.
on?
The Marvel's Avengers game is bad. I played that in beta, and it was so disappointing. And
Man,
it
it
sold
like
like
you should
shit.
see me at the Final Fantasy 14 player, and it's like when I see like Square Enix like putting money into like another game where it's like I know that 14 due to like it's like the financials like reports of Square Enix like this game Final Fantasy 14 makes like a lot of money for this game, and it doesn't get reinvested into the game with hiring more people because it's a very like working on the skill set you got to work on for this game is like fairly like high up because you have to have like you have to be able to like code MMOs but also like speak Japanese, but like they really need the developers, and I'm sure they could find them though. It's the problem,
Sure.
and it's like when it goes into like some like AAA game that doesn't succeed, even though like the money probably isn't actually being diverted to them, or like their money was already allocated beforehand. And it's like, no, work on the good one. Don't work on the bad one.
I know. It's so frustrating. It's god damn it. Shit. Like, please make me a good Deus Ex game. Please they're doing. Someone is doing a full blown remake of the first Deus Ex, and I think it's going to be an Unreal, and it's
Oh.
coming out either later this year or next year. So I'm
I mean,
interested to see where that
at least
goes.
that's like something that Unreal can like handle, because I really hate those like, whoa, this guy made Mario in the Unreal Engine. Look how well defined his mustache is, and like everything looks so weird
Oh my
because
god.
it's like it's not reflective of Nintendo's art styles
Yeah.
like in those games. So like it looks kind of disgusting.
Yeah. God, that reminds me of Do you know what Dreams is? The game Dreams.
Um, Nights into Dreams or
No, it's just called Dreams on PS4 and PS5 now. You can play it on. Essentially, it's like you can make your own game in it, and it's like what you're just saying. People make their game, and there are like Mario clones in there with Mario, and it looks so weird because it's not meant to be done in that art style that Dreams is, and they often play like shit.
people make what they know, I guess.
Yeah, and they don't know Jack. Oh my god. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm interested to see that. What else? Elias Effects is he's like, hey, please do Deus Ex 5. I think this is 5 now. They'll be at.
Yeah,
After
because
Mankind
what
Divided.
this Invisible War,
1 Invisible
then the
War.
2 reboots. Are there any like side
Human.
games, or are we gonna not consider them in
Oh
the main
god
line?
damn it! What was that shit
Oh,
one?
the fall, the
The
fall, the
Fall.
fall, the fall.
God damn it. Probably was that was an iPad game and they ported it to PC and it was shit.
Oh yeah. What about the canon of the fall?
I think The Fall is technically canon because it takes place right before Human Revolution, I believe.
So see, it's canon.
It's canon. The holes in the apartment so you can see through the world. Canon.
And then the missing link, even though that's not a game, that's just like the DLC for
The DLC canon. And that fucking character in the missing link, I think his name might be Gavin, or his name is like Gavin or Q or whatever.
Oh.
He's mentioned at the start of I shouldn't say he's mentioned. He's in a ebook that he gives Jensen in his apartment at the very start of Mankind Divided, and then you never hear of him again.
Yeah, of course.
There's also like some canon books as well that also have the protagonists from The Fall in them.
Wow.
I think
What
they're called
everyone wanted.
Icarus. I actually just bought the book. It's called, what is it called? Blacklight, Deus Ex Blacklight, and it fills in between Human Revolution and Mankind
Is
Divided.
Blacklight the name of like one of those like PMC companies? It sounds familiar.
It might be. I'll be honest. It very well could be. I'm not sure why it's called Blacklight yet.
Because I could have swore, I feel like there's like several like games or whatever where like the PMC or police force or
Oh,
whatever is called
yeah. There's a
Blackwater.
game called Blackwater is an actual PMC in the United States.
Yeah, I know, but I know like multiple like
There is a game
games or
called
whatever.
Blacklight. I think you might be thinking of that. I don't
Oh,
know what that
maybe.
game's about, but I'm pretty sure that is an actual game. Let's see. Blacklight games. I feel like I might type in Blacklight game. I'm going to get something else. Yes.
What would you
Oh,
get right
Blacklight Retribution.
now?
That's what I'm thinking of.
That sounds terrible. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's like a free thing. It's not great.
I shouldn't say that, but like I don't know, something about like that combination of names that like doesn't sound like very promising.
Yeah, the guy who was throwing the darts at the dartboard that day, he struck out. He didn't do good. Oh my. So I think there's an announcement recently. The guys who make Hitman IO, who are their own developers now, I think they own themselves, if I'm not mistaken. They're making a James Bond game. I'm very interested in that because I think Hitman 3 wraps up the current trilogy. I don't know if there's like an ending in it for
I didn't even know
Hitman.
that thing's a story.
It has a very loose story. I'm not 100% sure, to be very honest with you. It's like there is a story, but it's like it's not. You have to like stare at it for a little bit.
Mm.
It's like it's weird. I don't quite remember how the newer games work because I've only played 1 and 2 a little bit. But it's like I know
Yeah.
Blood Money jumped back and forth in time a little bit,
Oh.
so it's very weird and confusing. But yeah, that's a thing. So if that has a hard stop end or like a hey, we'll come back to this in like 5 years or whatever. Well, yeah, they're doing James Bond, which I think that'll be a pretty good fit with like the kind of the Hitman style of what they're going for. If they do that, just don't do the weird goddamn episodic shit that you did with the first Hitman game. That was
Wait, did they
so
did they
strange.
actually stop doing that with the
Yes, they
sequels?
did. Thankfully,
Oh wow.
thank God. I hated that. I understood why, but oh my God, was it not great? Oh man. So we spoke about some divisiveness about the divisiveness about Cyberpunk, Ben.
Yes.
Do you remember what won Game of the Year?
Oh man, imagine being Druckmann.
Oh God damn it! I believe he's now co-studio head, if I'm not mistaken. He got promoted recently.
Wow. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask you, what is your opinion on The Last of Us 2?
I have zero interest in it, but from what I've heard, I wouldn't be interested. Again, I
I
wouldn't be interested from the start because I think the first one shouldn't have had a sequel. But
Yeah, no, I don't believe the first one should have ever had a sequel. And I mean that basically just tells my like opinion like right away.
yeah,
I do not like The Last of Us 2. I really, really, really like asked around a lot of people what they liked about that game. And what from what I could gather was the emotion, the acting, the storytelling, as it were. Um, and I think like the presentation of the package is what like people really liked as well.
uh huh,
Um, but as someone who now this is like not to make myself sound like lofty,
hmm.
as someone who is very narrative focused in games,
Okay.
I do not like The Last of Us 2.
Hmm. Now, would you say that's because of the narrative itself and how it's done, or
Yes.
okay? So tell me about that.
Okay, so as in like I guess we could start with like the overall plot, as it were.
Sure. Oh, hit the mic.
I mean, do you know the plot of The Last of Us 2?
Revenge. So much revenge. All of the revenge. And when
Kind
you
of
shouldn't get revenge, you're gonna get revenge.
because a lot of people that like to refute that argument says it's not about revenge, it's about letting go. But I mean, technically, that just basically falls, in my mind, anyways, kind of falls back into revenge is bad.
Sure.
But you drive. I really don't know where I want to start with Last of Us 2 because firstly, it's been a very 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 long time since like I've like followed the discourse of that game. I think maybe actually I don't really want to talk about the plot. I think one
Okay.
of the biggest things to it, to me though, is that it doesn't use its medium as a video game to say anything unique or new,
Okay.
and that the violence that it uses in the game, that the violence that it reviles, well, arguably reviles. I know some people say that like sometimes like the violence is justified, and okay,
Sure.
but I don't think that violence is used in any like impactful, meaningful way outside cutscenes. So all of the like gratuitous violence that's in like the actual gameplay effectively did not happen to Ellie. And after you go and it's a similar like ludonarrative dissonance of like the Uncharted games where it's like you'll kill
Oh yeah,
hundreds of men,
loads of people.
loads and loads of people, and in this game where it's trying to say something about the violence, but
Imagine
you
if they did
can't.
that. If you killed
What?
very few people, your end game's gonna be very different in her decision. But if you go just murdering everyone, you get the different ending. Give me that. That sounds much better.
And I see people like making the argument that like, oh, well, the part that like the game forces you to do these things means that it's all the more impactful for them, and I can understand that. That
Sure.
like but I still feel at the same time it's like I don't think that violence is meaningful. I don't
Mm.
think that violence really establishes the themes that people want, and that like the will like say that like the game did very well. Um,
Yeah, it did. Man, it's
and I can appreciate it on a technical level.
of course.
Um, I have no real thoughts on like the actual soundtrack itself. I do like the guitar riff.
Yeah,
Um, that has been the thing,
yeah, it's good.
but uh, um, from like the narrative, and then like from like my main point of like how I don't believe it uses violence. How it doesn't use that violence to really say anything strongly to me. I never felt that like any of the messages in The Last of Us were that strong because of the way how the violence that you did in gameplay is never addressed
Mm.
and basically doesn't matter.
Right.
Well, the violence for like the named characters does matter
Who cares about the red shirts? They're disposable. But should
because
they be?
they're the scene in The Last of Us 2 where you're um you're playing as Abby
Mm-hmm.
and you pull up a sheet from like you're in a morgue and like you're gonna go, oh wow, maybe this is and when I was like looking at the stuff now, granted I've not played it, but when I was looking at like playthroughs of it, I was expecting that you're gonna pull up the shroud or whatever, and you're gonna see someone that Ellie killed, and you're supposed to like feel like pretty bad because
Yeah.
oh that's a person that like Abby knew, that was a friend and whatever. It's like no, it was a guy we never met before. And there
Uh,
also becomes the technical issue of you're basically killing the same like few like generic looking
of
guys
course.
for the most part over and over again.
Yeah, video games.
Yep.
Yeah. Remember the old days when they were all like just quadruplets and shit? Ah, video games.
What?
Like your basic enemies were just all like twins and shit.
Oh.
Yeah. Wore the same shirt, same face. Ah, what a time. But now it's
I
just
mean,
like,
honestly, it's still kind of like that.
oh, it is. It absolutely is. Yeah. God. It's a yeah, I don't know. It's Last of
And
Us
like, I
2.
read a lot of the reviews, and while I understand where a lot of people are coming from, I really cannot agree personally. And I feel like the presentation of The Last of Us 2 is really what carried it for a lot of people.
Mhm.
And I've seen similar media, well, media that I personally consider quite good, that covers similar themes of The Last of Us 2. And it's like, I'm wondering if they just have never. And it's like, I don't want to insult these people,
Of course.
but I kind of wonder if they haven't simply experienced media in that way before. I don't know.
Yeah, Neil.
That is a bit of a rude statement, but it's really what I came away with like feeling from this sort of stuff, and that I guess that is like for the sake of video games that it is like really powerful when an individual can see it. And well, I don't like The Last of Us 2. I know it's going to be very influential.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Absolutely it will be. And it has been since the first one was what, 2012, 13?
Yeah.
Or maybe before that, maybe like 11. Correct. No, it can't be 11. That's I want to know this now. Last of Us 1 release date 2013, June 14th. Okay. Really?
Mhm.
So that came out the same year PS4 would have. Huh. And oh, it
Yeah,
did because
I don't.
it got a definitive edition. That's right.
Yeah, but I think Last of Us definitely came out before the PS4 though, I think.
Yes,
Or
it
did it?
did.
I
It
don't know.
did. 20 PlayStation 4 would have been November 2013. So it came out what was that? 6 months before. Sure, I may go with 6 or 5. I'm not doing the math in my head right now.
Mhm.
Oh my god. I don't know. It's Naughty Dog makes good stuff, but I don't know, missed the mark a bit. And I don't know what they're gonna do next week. Where does Naughty Dog go from here?
The Last of Us Part 3.
Do they? I don't know.
What else would they do?
I don't know. It's like Uncharted is supposedly over, unless they want to do like another Lost Legacy kind of
Uncharted
thing.
Part 2.
Yeah, part 2.
Because there's always Uncharted 2, but there's Uncharted Part 2.
True. You got me there.
Drake, we are really The Last of Us 2.
There we go. Heard it here first. I mean, they could, and I don't know if they would do it, or if somebody like Bluepoint would do it. The Golden Abyss that was on PS Vita, I think, or PSP, they could redo that and bring it onto console. But other than that, I don't know what they do. Well, because I can only think of so many games Naughty Dog makes, and it's not. They don't have many of them right now going around. Because it's like they had Crash Bandicoot back in the day, then they got rid of it. Then they had, I don't know what they made after that. To be very honest with you, that it's just like, oh hey, we're making Last of Us now, and also Uncharted. We made Uncharted. Remember that? Yeah. God, video games. So what do we have coming up for video games? We have for 2021. I believe God of War is supposedly coming out this year, from what they said. I think it's gonna get delayed, but we'll see.
I think that's gonna be delayed. I mean, like, there's been even no actual announcement of what that thing's even gonna be. So I don't know.
Yeah, no official title, just coming 2021. I think was the little thing, and also the logo is blue now. It's not red. But the rumor is gonna be called Ragnarok. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know what else is coming out this year. Hell if I know. I haven't been.
Maybe okay. The only big thing that I can be thinking of is that on February 5th,
Oh, that's soon. I totally just forgot a game. Go ahead. I just remembered one.
No, you got it. Go ahead.
Resident Evil coming out. I think it's March. It just got
announced.
announced.
RE8. I'm surprised they got a release date so early.
Yeah.
Granted, I know it's being based off the RE7 engine, but
yeah, and they have that demo out right now, which I might look into. Maybe I'll stream it. Who knows?
Oh, that's right, because you did do the demo for
7. Yeah.
RE7.
Yeah, I did. They kept updating it, so I had to go back and keep playing it. God damn it. So maybe I'll do that. And from if I remember correctly, it's no combat. It's basically just like sneak through and find your way out. So that.
Oh, can you avoid the big lady?
Can you avoid the big lady the internet was going nuts for?
Oh yes, they were going nuts over her. She's very big.
She's very big.
They call her Mrs. D because well.
That's her name. Her name starts with D as well. It's
it's DU.
They knew. They knew what people were gonna do.
They know. Yeah.
God damn it. Yep. So maybe
I think that is an interesting take on to Mr. X, though.
It is. Yeah. God. It's interesting because they have the daughters seem to have like the bug powers, kind of like Is it Marjorie or Margarine had from 7?
Marguerite.
Marguerite, that's it. And Mrs. D seems to be the sister to fucking what's his face, the guy Chris killed in the No Hero
Wesker?
DLC. Not Wesker. From 7. Lucas.
Yeah, but Lucas didn't have a sister. Well, no, Lucas had a sister, but she was Zoe.
Oh shit. Because who the fuck's she talking? Because in the trailer or the gameplay, she says,
I haven't watched the trailer.
Ethan, you outsmarted my brother, but you won't whatever with me. So unless there's something else,
Jack.
Oh, maybe that'd be kind of interesting. That'd be a stark difference. Yeah, maybe it's Jack. That'd be so fucking weird if it's Jack. Oh God. What if it's like tinfoil hat on here. Chris Redfield's sister. I don't know if he has family or not.
Yeah, Claire.
Oh, that's right. He does have Claire. Shit. How am I forgetting this? Oh, that's okay. Resident Evil hasn't mattered in a long time. They're only kind of getting it back together.
Yeah, they're getting it back together. They're working on it.
Two remake was good. I played that. I heard 3 was fine, and then now they're gonna do
It's a
4.
short game. That's
It's a
like the big
very
issue
short
with 3.
game. It was already a short game, and now it's just as short. And now they're doing Resident Evil 4 remake, which, interesting. I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I bought 4 for PlayStation 4. Oh my god, I forgot that game controls like shit by modern day standards. I hate it so much. It's tank controls. It's third person over the shoulder tank controls, and it feels horrible.
Oh, Raymond. Can't
I
handle
know.
the tank controls.
I can't handle the tank controls. They feel so bad. And it's just like, I don't want to play this. And so I haven't touched it in a long time. But I'll probably get back to it eventually. But I guess I'd be interested in a 4 remake, even though I know some people will think it's sacrilegious. I don't care.
Yeah, but also I think a majority of people are also going to want because RE4 like is like critically received as like the best.
Oh, absolutely it is. Oh man, because 5 was fine, I guess. I mean, you got Boulder punching Chris in it, so you know.
It's like 5 is passable. I don't think a lot of people really care for like the co-op aspect of it, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Then 6 was 6,
Yeah.
and then 7 was good. Good for them. Good on them. Oh, there's also like Revelations and Revelations 2 in there. I forgot about them.
Yeah, that's the Revelations 2 is with Claire.
Yeah, that's right. It is. Oh man. I kind of hope. I was really hoping they'd go back to do what they did for a remake with that kind of camera style and movement and mechanics. And just like, even if it means turning the Revelation games into like what 2 and 3 remake are. But then it's just like, nope. And the rumor is that 8 started out as Revelations 3. So I'm very interested to see what the hell's going on there with that. Because I feel like they're not going to do the side stuff like Revelations anymore.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, man.
Yeah, I guess we really will.
Yeah. So, Ben, have you been paying attention to the Assassin's Creed lately?
No.
Oh.
No. Well, it's Valhalla now, right?
It's Valhalla now. A lot of people, which is weird. I really liked Odyssey. I picked it up. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun romp through ancient Greece. But apparently some people are like, this isn't Assassin's Creed at all. I'm like, well, I mean, I guess not, because it takes place even before Origins, but, you know, okay. I guess that's a fair criticism. Which I picked up Origins after I played Odyssey, and oh my god, they refined that gameplay movement so much. It's just like, it's hard to go back and play Odyssey. Or, no, Origins, I mean. To go back and play Origins. And then I'm like, do I want to get Valhalla? I don't know. But apparently, Desmond is back.
What the fuck?
But he's like some weird like energy humanoid.
Oh yeah, because like they took his brain or something, right?
Yeah,
Like
they moved him.
because Abstergo
See if
took
I
his
can pull up
brain,
an
right?
image. Yeah, like he put his hand on the orb of destiny and he died.
Oh wow, what the? I'm gonna have to look into this.
Oh, you have it pulled up.
No, I'm gonna have to. Like, wait, did they actually like bring up like? Wait, is the present day like thing actually still happening? What?
Yeah, see if I can pull up a quick image because it's okay. This is just a weird comparison image, but this is what comes up on the right side of this image in the game in modern day. So you have Desmond on the left touching Orb of Destiny. That's in Valhalla, and it's voiced by Nolan North, who is also.
Oh, why is he doing the guy like the Lucky Luciano? You know, I had to do it to him pose.
I don't know. I don't know the context. But yeah, it's Nolan North, so it's very much clearly supposed to be Desmond. So he is back in the story. So I am interested, and also I think Lucy and Sean are in Valhalla to some extent. I have
Oh,
to
well,
look back into that.
wait,
Which
did Sean die?
no,
Okay.
wait, not Lucy. Shit, Lucy
Rebecca.
died.
Rebecca's the name.
Rebecca, yes, thank you. She got shot in the modern day story for Unity. Unity? No, Syndicate. Syndicate because they were after the Shroud. And I think they got out and she was okay. But the problem with that is that storyline with the Shroud and all that shit was done in a comic where they killed Minerva, I think, or got rid of Minerva. I don't remember the comic. I read a brief overview. Also, why was it a comic? I
I mean, there's no French only Assassin's Creed comics that are like take place in ancient Rome.
Mm,
Ugh.
God damn it. But yeah, I don't know. So the modern day stuff that was going on in Odyssey was kind of interesting. Like, would you like me to talk a little bit about it? Well, 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure, go
Okay.
ahead, man.
So you have a new character, which was from Origins. I forget her name already because I don't care. And they were after getting the staff of, I think, Hermes. I don't know. It was this staff.
Yeah.
I think Hermes. I've seen depictions of Hermes holding it. And if you take a look at that image on the right side is the character from ancient Greece. That staff, as long as it's an apple of Eden. As long as you have it on you, or whatever Eden, it's whatever. You live forever, essentially.
Oh, and why are they taking it? Why do they die like immediately after? Or?
Yes, they die right after, and so I picked Cassandra because she's the canon character for Odyssey. And also she's voiced much better than Alexios from what I've heard.
I see.
And just right after, just shrivels up, dies, just like beams of light out of the eyes and mouth, dead. What did I just open? Oops, that's fine. So you're after that because, Abstergo is coming. And then you need to learn how to use it, like Cassandra did. So you have to talk to the ancient quote-unquote AI. It's another goddess of something, like a Minerva type.
Yeah.
But not Minerva. In this temple of Atlantis. And you have to go back. You go back and you learn. You go to, like, Elysium. You go to the underworld. And this is all the DLC season. Like, I'm currently still in the underworld. I just started it, like, 2 months ago. I haven't finished it. But it's interesting. But I don't know.
So is it like regular gameplay, or is it like, do you remember like the Revelations like DLC that was like the Lost Archives, which was like that first person platforming one?
Oh, okay, yes, I do know what you're talking about. No, it's full gameplay. Full on gameplay.
Okay.
Yes. And it's not the weird, like, oh, I'm a bird now. I'm a bear now, like the Assassin's Creed 3 one was. The Tyranny of Washington. Which I watched that through for, like, all the way, like, last year. Oh, that's weird. That's interesting. And at the end of it, it's just, like, a weird dream that him and Washington had in a split second. It's so weird. They did a remaster of that game.
No.
Yeah, that's a thing. I think I bought it. No, I didn't buy it. I think it's like Black Flag and Rogue. It was on sale on Steam, so I bought them. I haven't. Oh, and I have Unity too. I think I have Unity through like Uplay or something. Which
Remember like when the launch of Unity was like the most fucked up thing ever?
Oh my god, everything was broken. I do remember that. That was the best. God, that was so long ago. Christ. That was like 13 or 14, I think. Unity?
Yeah, because it's the one after 4, yeah?
Yeah, it came after 4. So I think Revelations was 2012. So Black Flag would have been like 13. So Unity 14 maybe?
Maybe. Yeah, because
Maybe.
it was a yearly franchise for a while.
Yep, it was. And then they did Syndicate. I don't know if Syndicate was the first 2-year or 3-year development, I should say. Or
Wait,
not.
when was Rogue?
Oh Christ. Maybe 15. Let's. Let me get a timeline here. AC. Oh, do you also know Desmond has a son?
Did he manage to wait? What? How?
Yeah, he has a
How?
son. His son is a sage. Okay, AC Rogue was 2014. Black Flag 2013. Unity was 2014. What?
Wait, where's who?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that was Lucy because he killed Lucy.
Yeah, not Lucy. I don't know who he had it with. Uh, hold on. Let's pull up a family lineage here. I can't spell assassins. Yeah, it's Creed. Fuck, I can't do it. Desmond lineage. Close enough. Okay. Ancestors of Desmond Miles. Okay. No, I don't want I want the family tree, for fuck's sake. How hard is this, internet? Desmond Miles, Assassin's Creed Wiki. Ah, family tree. Thank you, DeviantArt. Oh god, it's huge. Okay. So, why can't I... Okay, here we go. So we have an unknown parents to Lucius in 259, who then gave birth to Aquilus and... Oh, I'll send
Oh,
you
those
this.
are the Romans when I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Let me send this to you. You can...
Man, doesn't it suck that Xiao Jun never got a proper game of her own?
Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. So I'm at the top here. Where
Yeah.
we have Lucius, unknown, Aquilus, Valeria, and they give birth to an unknown, and that tree just kind of dies off. Then we pick up what does that say? 11 assassins? In
11. So
Yeah.
the Levant, that's the Middle East. Well, at least
Yes.
that like with Israel and the like.
Yeah, so we have 1100, 65, Altair, and Maria, who gave birth to Darim, and then we go all the way down with some unknowns, yada, yada, yada. Then we also have an unknown branch here in about 1300. Domenico Auditori, the Auditori line, this is where they jump in. Da-da-da.
Yep.
And you get the Giovanni and Mario. It's a me, Mario, your uncle. Then you get Federico, Ezio, and Petruccio. And now, did the Altair line marry into this? Because we have a question mark over here.
Yes, eventually, but we don't know when.
We don't know when. So they married in, or the whatever. Family trees are dumb. Then we go down. Ezio and Sophia had a daughter and a son who were in Assassin's Creed Embers. I believe you saw them. I think that's what that is called. Then we
That's a short film.
Yes. Then we jump to the 1600s where we have the Kenways. So who knows what happened between then. We have Edward, who had two different wives, it looked like. Tessa and Carleen. And then Hatham was Edward's son with Tessa. Then they had Connor, who then apparently got married to an unknown and had a bunch of kids. And then, so interesting. So Desmond's family married into the line. And then they had, wait, where the fuck's his kid? His kid's name's Elijah. Why is he not on this list? Hold on.
Probably an old one, isn't it?
That might be old. Oh, okay. Okay, father of Elijah, a young sage. Shit, give me this. Yeah, because he's an assassin, I believe. If I remember correctly. Oh, did I have a picture? I didn't see it. Oh, he's in a comic. The illegitimate son of Desmond. What?
With who?
Yeah, with who? 2005. Wait, what year did the first one take place? The first Assassin's Creed? I don't know. Desmond. So Assassin's Creed, does it have a year? That's a release date. I don't see a year, at least on Wikipedia. So irrelevant. But he had a son. Worked alongside the instruments of the first will. What is that? Is this more comic book stuff?
Probably. I mean, that's where they introduced Daniel Cross, if you remember him. And
Oh,
he was actually
God.
cool in it. And then they just did nothing with him.
Early life. He ran away from his assassin family and settled in New York City. Desmond met a woman with whom he unknowingly conceived a child, Elijah.
Oh.
Oh, Desmond, one night stand. Then he left for cigarettes and never came back. Summer 2012, Elijah was cryptically mentioned by Clay Kaczmarek to his unknowing father, Desmond, which I don't.
Oh, he was subject 27.
Okay. Oh, is this first game? Oh wait, subject 27. Clay is.
Yeah, yeah, he was whatever. He was the guy that like you would like encounter in like the abstract the animus glitches.
Oh, okay. He's subject 16.
Oh, 16. That's his name. That's his name. Yeah.
Oh, no wonder I didn't recognize him. But by name, I didn't know his name was Clay. Okay, so interesting. The sun is mentioned in Revelations apparently.
Oh,
Oh, I don't remember that.
God, it's been so long.
Elijah's mother. Ooh, is there anything on his mother? She died in 2015. That's it.
Oh, well.
Elijah's mother brought her son to Abstergo in NYC. It was a front for the Templars to collect DNA. They discovered that Elijah was a saint, a sage, who I think just has like more DNA or like an extra line of DNA that makes him able to tap into first civilization stuff. I want to say
I
it's with
guess.
sages. Not long after, the instruments of the will also discovered his true nature. Later in the year, he was kidnapped and bring him to Juno's cult. Instruments agent named Richmond broke into the home and stabbed Elijah's mother to death in the kitchen. He then abducted the sleeping child from the bed. Yeah, like what 2018 when he took the opportunity to eliminate Richard, his mother's killer, and flee with the Koi the Koi Nor. The picture for the Koi Nor is a piece of Eden. So he took a piece of Eden. It looks like a giant
Oh,
diamond.
I see.
I okay, this is all interesting to me somewhat now.
Well,
Okay. I didn't really ever go into his son, but there we go. We're now an Assassin's Creed podcast. Thank you for joining. Uh
yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh man. You gotta know Valhalla's out. You can get Thor's hammer in it. I know that. That's all I know
Oh,
about it.
okay.
Yeah, that's a thing. Oh man. What else has been up? Goodness me. Oh god. You know what I've been playing now with Chad and Eric? We've been playing Fall Guys.
Oh,
And it's probably the most infuriating game I've like played because
yeah, yeah. It's the same. It channels the same stuff as like Mario Party or whatever,
yeah,
like
kind of.
infuriation.
Yeah. It's just like the thing controls so horribly
Yeah,
and it makes me want to punch anyone who else is
and
playing against me.
that's like by design.
Yeah, it's by design. It's so annoying. Oh my god. So I've been playing that a little bit. Uh Own time. I've been playing. Have you heard of Rogue Company?
No, I have not.
So imagine kind of CS like third person CS:GO but better and not as hardcore and sweaty. It's
Uh,
quite good actually. I think a lot of people are sleeping on it. Um
hmm.
What other video games have I been playing? I don't know, I haven't played too many recently because I've been kind of busy.
Yeah.
And it's just like yeah, like I picked up Horizon Zero Dawn on Steam on for the laptop. That's gorgeous. I picked up the 13 remake, which is a remake of like a 2003 2005
Okay.
game.
Yeah, but wasn't it like really hated?
Oh yeah, it was not good. It was so janky. I kind of enjoyed the jank, but oh man, it was bad. And it was really funny because it was like I think a $40, 30 or $40 for the remake, and the
Hmm.
original was on sale for like $3. It was like, oh, yep, great, awesome. Pick that up. Yeah, I think I played some. I played Apex Legends for the first time with some friends. That was
Yeah.
interesting. That's a thing. Oh, I also bought um Metal Gear Solid 5 again, this time on Steam, because
You
I
don't need
wanted to
to.
be disappointed.
No, don't. Why'd you buy it again?
I
No.
wanted to play Metal Gear again. Uh, but
It's a
it's weird because
shame,
I
man.
also
I've
bought
been
it.
talking about that game, but that like it plays so good, but
It
like
plays
everything else
so good.
around it is
That
so
first
bad.
level, was so goddamn good. Volgan, the man on fire. He would have been a great like Mr. X style enemy, who just fucking wandered around Afghan searching for you. He would have been so good. You can't stop him. You can only knock him down. Fucking run away from him. He would have been so good as a Mr.
Yeah,
X
imagine
style.
if he randomly appeared during ops.
Oh my god, that'd be so good. I mean, there'd be a lot of questions on how the rankings would work,
Yeah,
but that would be so goddamn good.
but no, bad game.
Oh,
Shoot him with the water gun and then leave him.
shoot him with a water gun and run away. God. And then they killed that franchise would survive. Oh. But apparently, and these are like the strongest, because we've always had these rumors like for a few years now, but these seem to be the strongest ones we've ever had, and they're being like said from everyone that there is a Metal Gear Solid 1 remake from the ground up coming, along with ports for 2, 3, and 4. So I am,
I'd be very interested in Ports of 4 because that's the one that hasn't been.
yep, I would agree. I want that as well because I find 4 quite fun. I know some people are like, oh, but the cutscenes. I'm like, no, I want the cutscenes. You know what happens when we don't get the cutscenes? We get 5. We get 5.
Well, then they just don't want to have voice acting for fucking for boss.
Let's go. Let's get rid of our main voice actor and go get some Hollywood guy and pay him to say nothing. Fuck's sake. You know whose decision that was? Besides, who was like, "Hey, Kojima, do this." His name's Avi Arad, and he's the guy who ruined Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man 3 movie, and then he ruined the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie.
Oh.
Yeah, he took it fucking advice from that guy. For God's sake.
Oh, there's Elijah. What? Oh god, why do he look like? Oh, he looks like such a little douche.
Yes. I don't know. I have no idea. He does though. You're correct. Like it could have been such a goddamn great game. But I really do hope these rumors are true and it's a full ground up remake of 1. I don't know if it's gonna
Well,
be
in
Blue
like in what,
Point.
like in the Fox engine, or
I would assume it's. I don't know because I would assume Konami still
well,
owns rights to
what has
Fox.
Konami released recently?
I don't know. Probably a pachinko machine.
Yeah, maybe like a soccer game.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
I
Oh,
think they
okay.
did do a soccer
All right.
game.
All right. Okay. Let's take a look.
Yep, let's do it. Let's take a look. Run her down. Because I think it's gonna be like Pro
Konami.
Evolution Soccer. I think it's called PES. They do that series in the Fox engine.
Konami releases football, Yu-Gi-Oh, Skeletak,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Castlevania. A lot of ports.
Mm-hmm. Are these like phone ports or?
Yeah. Okay. eFootball, PES 2021,
Oh god.
mobile, iOS, Android.
Oh, they're making just phone games that have
Castlevania
time to buy
Symphony of the
shit.
Night, iOS, Android, Yu-Gi-Oh,
Oh, it's okay.
Skeletak. I never heard of that one.
No
Contra
idea.
Rogue Corps, PS4, Xbox, PC, iOS, Android, iOS.
Yeah, they're just making phone games now. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
God damn it. It's like there were also rumors, I think a year ago now, it was early 2020, where it was like, oh, Sony might buy Metal Gear and Castlevania and
That
Silent
no,
Hill.
I never thought they would have.
No, I didn't
And I
either.
remember that rumor floating around. Like I never bought it.
Like, I could see them maybe trying to buy Metal Gear, but then it's like, who are you going to have do it? Because I don't think Kojima would want to at this point.
Yeah, no, Kojima wouldn't.
It's like, Silent Hill. There's like strong rumors going around for Silent Hill as well. There's like two or three different things. One is an entirely new game, but in a style of like Telltale kind of styling episodes. Then there's a full on Silent Hill game, and there was something else. And then the rumor was that they've somehow struck a deal with Konami and Kojima will make Silent Hills or whatever that iteration would look like.
I think that's just like
Oh, it's
begging for like
absolutely it's
that stuff to
absurd.
happen. I don't think that's actually going to happen.
I
And
agree.
honestly, I don't think like anyone currently that's in the industry would really be able to do Silent Hill the same way that the original team did, or even better.
Yeah,
I think that franchise unfortunately just needs to be put to rest like proper. Like
yeah,
I don't think Konami could ever make anything like it's the same level of quality.
yeah. I would agree. It's annoying. It's interesting because I know the original guy from Team Silent who did one and maybe two or maybe just two. He's working on a new game and he said it and he quoted that it's going to be very reminiscent of my other work, hint Silent Hill, but it's not Silent Hill,
Who
different game. I don't know his name. I'd have to pull it up.
was
I sent it to someone. I'll pull it up right now. Send it to Zoe. Where did I send it to her? Silent Hill creator has a new horror game. What is your name, my friend? Kyoichiro Toyama. I
oh
might be saying that wrong. I definitely am pronouncing that
probably
wrong.
Keiichiro Toyama. Yeah, he was. Huh.
Yeah, so he's working on a new game with Bouquet Game Studios, and he's leading the charge on an unknown horror adventure that's apparently very reminiscent of Silent Hill. So,
I see.
yeah, it's
Hmm.
expected to come out 2023, but we'll see. So that's very interesting. And I know Kojima is actually apparently working on a horror game right now. They've just started development. So we'll see what happens with that. I actually picked up Death Stranding.
Yeah, how do you feel about that game?
So I haven't finished it yet. It's interesting. It feels like there is gameplay, but it also isn't gameplay at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, really, with Death Stranding, I think it's like Kojima wanted to be able to experiment,
I would agree.
and I think it's very reflective of wanting finally being able to branch out from doing something else other than Metal Gear.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a visually stunning game. I've always said that the Horizon Zero Dawn was probably the most gorgeous game on the PS4 until I started playing this, and they both run on the same engine, the Decima engine. But oh my god, beautiful game. From what I've seen, the acting is great. You have like Norman Reedus in there, so it's gonna be good.
Did
Um,
that game make money?
oh, that's interesting. Maybe, maybe not. Apparently, it didn't sell as well as they wanted from like
Yeah,
recent
that
reports.
doesn't surprise me at all. Death Stranding sales. 4 million copies September 18th, 2020.
Nothing to sniff at or to laugh at, but definitely probably not what they wanted. I'd presume because I think God of War and like
Apparently achieved financial success according to this though, so like
sure, but they were probably I'm gonna assume Sony was like, oh yeah, 5 or 6 because I don't think it was gonna make 8 to 10 like God of War and Spider Man did. It never was.
well yeah, because it's like it's a new franchise even though it had like a creative like it's not like a genre that I think people could be like super
I don't
interested in.
even know what the genre would be.
Well, it's kind of a courier?
Like, is that a genre?
I don't know. But like I guess like a sporting thing similar to like, those truck driving games.
Yeah, I guess it's a simulator. It's a simulator. There we go. It's a simulator with weird ghost things. Oh my god, what what a strange goddamn game. It's like I was playing it. And it's like you sit down. You can have the character's name is Sam that Norman Reedus plays, And it's like,
Yeah,
okay, you
and
can
then he
look
gets
at
the
him.
funky fetus.
Yeah, he has his funky fetus with him. You get the funky fetus. And it's like, if you can look at him like, oh, he picks up some wear and tear, you can wash it off. And also, apparently, you can use your piss and shit as grenades in this
Yeah,
game because he has
yeah.
special blood for some reason. I have no idea yet.
Well, no, that's just because like that's Kojima's sense of humor.
Yep, yep. Why not? Throw shit at it. And it's just like at one point when you have him like examine himself, he like rips off his toenail, and that's okay, great. That's what I wanted to see. Thank you. But oh my goodness, what a interesting game. I don't know how to feel about. I still don't. I'm bewildered. I'm so bewildered this episode. This is the bewildered MD episode.
Yeah. Hi, welcome to the Bewildered Cast.
Welcome to the bewildered cast. I don't know why these things are like this, and I don't get it. Oh my god. Fuck. So I did an adult thing recently, Ben.
Yeah. What?
I bought a car.
You got stage 2 cancer?
Oh god. Yeah. Yes. No. I bought a car. I became an adult, I guess. Yeah. That was interesting. So I had to go down to, you know that, do you know of the giant mall south of us?
Yes.
Like the giant one.
Yeah, I think so. I think I know what you're talking about.
So I had to go down to a place down there. And the first 3 letters of this place is CON, con, of the dealership.
Oh.
And that was how my experience was. What a
Of course.
shady place. First, it's like I get there 3 o'clock. I dragged Eric with me, Chad's brother. And I'm like, I didn't tell him it was going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go test drive and maybe buy this car. And he's like, if you told me, I wouldn't have came with you. I'm like, thanks. Thanks a lot.
What a true friend.
Yeah, right? We haven't done anything this entire thing, basically. And one time I'm like, hey, come do this thing. He's like, oh, I would have stayed home. Like, shut up. I'm giving you a free ride down there. A free ride around like this test drive car. And then a ride back. God damn it, Eric. The worst thing is, you know what? Chad wouldn't have complained. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
God
Chad,
damn
of
it,
all
Chad.
people.
God damn. He's still in California working for the Navy. He hates it.
Oh, he's a military guy now, isn't he?
Yeah, he worked. Well, kinda. I mean,
Dog of the government that he is.
yeah. Paid around to do nothing most of the time. He gets paid by the government to essentially do nothing. And it's just like his degree was chemical engineering, and they did a few things he told me about. They blew up like a train car to test out chemicals or something, or what they would do combined.
Wait, is Chad in, like a weapon development?
Chemical engineering, but they do stuff with explosives, so kinda, yes.
Okay.
It was, I believe the specific test was, okay, we have these chemicals in this train car. What was to happen? Worst case scenario, they mixed together and there was ignition. So they blew up a train car for the government.
Oh.
And essentially, they knew what would happen, so they didn't really have to do it, but they blew it up anyway to have fun.
Yeah, that's Chad, all right. He has to
That's
destroy
Chad.
things.
Yeah. But it's like apparently he's not a fan of the job and he wants to come back. But apparently, and he wants he has like a 3-year contract to like to stay there, but he kind of wants to break it.
Well, should have thought about that earlier.
Yeah,
well,
yeah. You'll have to give back the signing bonus money if he breaks it. Yep, and for Christmas I sent him. So usually I like sending bullshit gifts to him that he'll hate. Have I told you?
Yeah,
the stories?
yeah, like insects.
Yeah, I sent him the 2 live Madagascar hissing cockroaches to his dorm room. That went over well. And then I sent him the spider. You remember that one? You helped pick that
Yeah.
out with me. So after the spider, I don't think we ever got to talk about this. He came back for a little bit, last year, I believe, and he was like, "Yeah, fucking these people they sent me cockroaches and they sent me this spider," and he was freaked out by both of them a little bit. And he's like, yeah, I was about to call the cops. I'm like, I'm talking to my, he's like talking to his mom. He's like, I don't know. And she's like, well, someone has your address. You have to do something. And he was about to call the cops if he got another one.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'm like,
So
okay.
did you ever tell him?
I kind of had to. I didn't want the cops to get to my
How did he
door.
react?
Oh, he was pissed. He
Oh, yeah,
was
I bet.
pissed. And he didn't realize at first. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, these goddamn guys are sending me shit. It's so weird. I'm like, God, I know. Like, I'm such a terrible friend for doing it. And he didn't pick up on it. He's like, you would be if you did it. I'm like, I'm a terrible friend for doing it. He's like, I know. He's like, wait, what? You what? Like, yeah, I did it. Fuck you. So I recently did something, not with Chad because he would be very expecting.
Yeah.
So I sent my friend Kyle. He doesn't. So his girlfriend recently moved up to live with him. They have an apartment.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is time for shenanigans.
Okay.
So I asked her, like, hey, what's this? What does Kyle hate? Tell me, please. And
Very
she told me that he wasn't really a fan of snakes. Which Chad isn't either, which apparently this is a very common thing that people I know, they just don't like snakes.
Oh, yeah, no, that's your primate brain.
Yeah. I'll have to send you a picture of it. It was like a taxidermied cobra, like a small cobra from Texas I found on Etsy. I have to get you a picture. So I'm like, okay, thank you for telling me this. I'll talk to you later about this. Later, Zoe. And it started shipping. I'm like, hey, it's going to show up this day. You have to go pick it up for me because it's in your name. I'm a good person.
Ugh.
Oh, fuck. It logged in wrong. So go pick it up for me. And hold on to it until I tell you. Okay. Me. Go to my orders. Gifts. Account setting. Purchases and reviews. Small, low-coiled prairie rattlesnake. Let's send you this. So this is what got sent to Kyle. And
oh, dear.
so she picked it up. She got it. She got the box. I'm like, okay. So, and he was always suspicious of the box because she wouldn't tell him. I'm like, I don't know. Tell him it's lady stuff. I don't know. You gotta fluff this. You gotta work with me. And so she got it. He was convinced enough to leave it alone. So I'm like, okay, so you have to put this somewhere, like kind of not conspicuous, so that maybe it's not out right in the open for him to walk into. Kind of maybe like in the shadow, like behind a door a little bit. So when you shut it, you see it, and you'll be like, snake. So she puts it next, kind of. I don't know how open it is in their new apartment because I haven't seen it or been there yet. She puts it next to the power strip for like where they have all their charging stuff.
Yeah.
And the plan, she put it there at night. The plan was to record it, but he didn't notice it. Fast forward to the morning, she's getting dressed. He walks in, and the next thing she hears is him screaming, "What the hell is that?" And she comes out. She didn't get it recorded, sadly, but I got all the messages, and they're all fabulous. And he then has to make her pick it up and take it away and put it in a box because he was having a really bad time.
Oh, wow.
And then I got a text message. See if I can quickly find it.
Yeah, it's a
here
real
it is.
Borat. Great success.
Great success. So I get a text message of a GIF of a big old middle finger being rubbed into his character's face.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, no context. And so I send back a GIF of Woody from Toy Story, like playing with his boot and a little snake shooting out of it. Like, oh, you got a snake in your boot there, partner. And he asked me.
You do.
He asked me, "You proud of yourself?" And I sent him a picture of me sipping tea with a sticky note that reads "Proud Tea." And he's like, I hope it tastes like shit. I'm
No,
like,
it's excellent. What do you mean?
it's excellent. I enjoyed being a little snarky time to time. It's fun. And I'm like, what, you didn't like it? I got it for you. I put a lot of thought into it. And he's like, no, it's a snake. Snakes are bad. I'm like, you're wrong. And then I took another picture. I sent it to Zoe. I showed her the screenshots of it. And it's a different sticky note that just says Kyle's tears. And it was wonderful. So I enjoy torturing my friends a little bit every now and again when I get to. And it's just like, he wasn't expecting it, and he pissed his pants over it. So you know what? Mission success.
Very.
Oh my god. No, that was a pretty cheap snake, actually. Only like 40. Oh, he has more in stock. Oh,
Ooh,
goodness.
well.
Oh, Chad.
They're stock up.
I should stock up. I need to get that sent out to Chad. He would. The only problem is he lives alone right now. His lady friend isn't with him.
Oh, it's the chupacabra, right?
Yeah, he's still seeing her. She was living with him for a while until she had to go back for a doctor's degree currently in New Mexico. Oh my god, he got a speeding ticket.
Chad?
Yeah.
Stupid.
So he went, I don't remember if it was Christmas or New Year's Eve, he went out to New Mexico to see her and her family. And
Wow, what a romantic.
He was speeding through Arizona. He's like, oh, I was only going like 85, 90. And I think it was like a 65 or 70. And it's like, yeah, I got a speeding ticket. Like, you're an idiot. Like an absolute idiot. It's just like, it's also, hey, maybe don't travel right now. It's like,
No, Chad need coochie.
I don't think he got any, because she lives with like her sisters and shit, and they room together apparently. I don't think he got any. Like, why'd you drive out there then?
Oh, Chad.
And it's like his dad still doesn't know, and like his mother doesn't know that
Did
he
he
has a
have a
girlfriend.
girlfriend,
Yeah, no, he hasn't told him. Chad's really bad at this. He didn't tell his dad initially when he got a car, and it's like he would have helped him. It's just like. And now he's
Chad's always been a very like headstrong individual of like if he's gonna do something he's just gonna do it regardless of like what other people think.
Yeah, it's God, he in the bastard. He's like, I've shown him pictures of the girls I was talking to, and like I was with the one girl I was seeing, gym girl. I should have gone to the gym. I still haven't.
Oh yeah, that's right, gym girl. Gotta go to the gym.
Gotta go to the gym. Still haven't.
Gotta go to the gym, Raymond. It's like, oh, what about you? No, I'll just watch.
No, just. I've sent him pictures of her, and he still has not sent me a goddamn picture of Allie, and her name's like, oh god, Alejandra or something. I think it is.
Alejandra, probably.
Yeah, Allie. I've heard her over the mic when we played like Fall Guys and shit, and it's just like. Send me a fucking picture, you idiot. You said you had him 1,000,000 times. But he won't.
Nah, all secret. All for his eyes only.
His eyes only. And he's like,
Who
yeah.
knows? They could be very, oh, whoa.
Oh. She's a one of them is a weeb. I think she's a weeb.
Probably her. I don't think it would be Chad.
Yeah, Chad doesn't strike me as a weeb.
No, knowing Chad's interests as far removed as I have, because I haven't like talked to the guy in like years. He was never the sort that I think like was ever into that sort of stuff.
I don't think so either. Chad.
Now he has to like allow it.
Yeah, now he has to allow it. He's like, no, that is not scientifically correct. Chad's fascinating. He's a guy you don't want to work with because if you're out in the hot sun with him all day, he's the most repulsive person to be with because he just gets so angry because he's just slightly hot.
Chad always was like angry. It's funny. I remember because I was the one that like in like the school like went to anger issue like class like for a little bit, and I got that like shortened up like really quickly. But it's like. He was like the one that I always felt needed that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
I don't think he ever did.
Yeah, it kind of does. And it's just like, I don't know how he has a job out there. I mean, he's in a building, so fine, whatever. He stays somewhat cool in the AC. But oh my god, lady friend, I am fascinated to know what that relationship is like.
Yeah, maybe she calms him down. Maybe he's an utter gentleman to her.
Just a my lady.
Oh yeah, my lady.
Yeah, he still has the goatee, so he's just like, oh yes, no neck beard, but he's got the goatee.
Oh
God.
shit.
And he's complaining to me that he's like, I need a haircut. I'm like, you have no hair.
Chad always kept his hair super 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 short.
Yeah, it's essentially a buzz cut.
Yeah, no, that's basically what he does. And why is he so upset with being the like helping the military if like he can't have like his short hair? Perfect fit for him.
Oh my god, he's a fascinating individual. God damn it. And it's like the worst part is like he doesn't text, he doesn't call. I send him hot memes in the chat, and he doesn't send anything back. Oh,
Yeah, that's
god damn it,
not
Chad.
even like an emoji that like yeah I saw it, man. Don't worry.
Yeah. God damn it. Uh, Chad. So I think,
And then yes,
yeah, I think that's a good Chad talk. God
that's
damn.
good chat talk. Now it's Eric talk time.
Eric talk. Eric. Yeah. Yeah, he's Eric. He's becoming a doctor or something. I think he's becoming like an anesthesiologist.
Uh,
He might be the most laziest anesthesiologist though. So good on you, Eric. They are so brothers though. Goddamn. Like they're both just like they're both great. I enjoy talking to them a lot, and they're good friends. But it's just like, yeah, you talk to them for a while. It's like they go at each other sometimes, and it's just like, yeah, brothers. Like, yeah, brothers. Yeah, but Eric looks like he's still 5 months pregnant. Boom.
that's fine. That's fine. He's feeding eating for two.
Yeah, since Chad's gone, he's gotta make up the difference. God.
And then like you take his shirt off, and then there's just a Chad face there.
Oh, I didn't tell you what he got Chad for Christmas.
What did you get Chad for Christmas?
So he bought him a blanket, but it was a blanket with his face printed on it.
Chad's face?
No, with Eric's face.
Oh, so he can take it wherever.
Exactly. It's just like the dumbest thing. It's like for Christmas, I sent him some photography I've done like of Lincoln,
Yeah.
and instead he gets this blanket of Eric, and it's just like, wow.
Like wear that as a cape.
I guess, right? It's just like, oh well, now you need to go also shower curtain, fucking shit like that as well now.
Yeah, rugs, wallpaper, basically just every texture in his house.
Exactly, a mug with his face on it. Oh my
An
god.
Eric skin suit for Chad.
A shirt, yeah, a shirt. Get a shirt with a face on it, just the face.
Oh, I meant like an Eric like mask.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, have like the face mask, but it's like, his...
and it's like you know that like on every level, except physical, I am like a whatever. It's like on every level except physical, I am an Eric.
Oh, this is so great. These are great ideas I have now. I need to get Eric involved and have this shit sent to Chad. Let's get like
oh yeah, and you call it like the Eric collection.
the Eric collection. Yes. Oh, we get him a ski mask for the head. Oh, this is great. This is a great idea. It's so stupid. I love it. And Chad just like, what am I supposed to do with a ski mask in California? I don't know. Figure it out. I don't care how hot it gets there. You have to wear it. It's your brother.
Well, because
Do you
he's
not
in
love your
Arizona,
brother?
and you know how Chad is a big fan of cactuses or cacti as they were.
He still didn't send me one.
Well, you
But
gotta
yeah,
get
Cactus
him
Man.
like one of the flower pots, but with Eric's face on it.
Ah, yes. The Eric collection knows no bounds. Oh my god, this is fantastic. Can we get him a like those instant film cameras? But every time he takes a picture, it's just it pops out a picture of Eric, no matter what he's pointing at. Ah,
Yeah.
wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I love it. Oh my god. Oh my god. God, we touched on a lot today. Goodness me.
Yes, we did. And we've been going for what, about 2 hours now. Well, not like for the actual recording itself, but with like
It's
the
been, like-
pre-show, as it were. And
Yeah. Probably recording easily 2.5. God. This is a special episode, extra long. We get all of it.
Ooh.
Usually, I think these are usually like an hour and a half. You guys got like an extra. God. Welcome back, 2021. Mr. Ben, it's been absolutely wonderful.
Raymond, it's been a joy to be back and to have a time to talk to you again.
Absolutely. We need to do this more often.
Yes.
We will get back to this hopefully more regularly.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So 5 years from now.
5 years. See you
See
in
ya.
5 years, everyone. All right. Thank you all for listening. If you have to the end, I deeply appreciate it. Think about checking out everything else on the channel. You know, if there's things on the channel. Twitch, MG9K, YouTube, MG9K, but just MD. I don't know how to brand myself. Just go with it. Thank you so much. Ben, would you like to take us out?
You better not cry. You better not shout. Videos don't exist on this channel because he is a streamer now.
A very bad one at that. All right. Thank you, everyone.